Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the weekly Forex analysis. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do also click on the subscribe button and smash notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. Yeah, so it's weekend, all right. The market has closed and we are just about zooming into a new week. And so just as we normally do on this channel, we go into the market, see what has happened, what is yet to happen, for us to make informed decisions so far as the new week is concerned. The month of September hasn't really started good. All right, we haven't really begun the month of September on a good note, but from the way things are going, I'm really of a high conviction that we are really going to end September very good. All right, especially going into next week, as of we have the CPI coming up for USD. I'm really sure there's going to be trading opportunities for us right after the news release of the CPI. But before we begin, let's delve into the economic news calendar to see the high impact news that is up for us so far as next week is concerned. Yes, I think on Monday there is no high impact news. Tuesday we have the Westpac consumer confidence change for the month of September for Australia. Then we have the NAB business confidence for the month of August. As far as Australia is concerned, we also have the GBP employment change for the month of June for GBP. Then we have the unemployment rate for the month of July for GBP. We have the CPI for the month of August for Spain. Then we have the economic sentiment index for the month of September for Germany. So that is the high impact news for Tuesday. On Wednesday, the September 13th, 2023, we have the GDP month over month for the month of July for GBP. We have goods and trade balance for the month of July. We have the goods and trade balance non-EU for the month of July for GBP. I think they all form in line. So then we have the core inflation rate for the month over month for the month of August for USD. All right. Then you have inflation rate month over month for the month of August for USD. We have inflation rate year over year for the month of August for USD. Then you have the core inflation rate year over year for the month of August for USD. Then you have the USDCPI for the month of August. Then this one also same as the CPI. I don't know what really the SA stands for though, but yeah, that is just that for the economic news for USD. So on Wednesday is going to be a very crucial day within the week, as the CPI for USD is going to be released. All right, and with that is really going to give us a lot of trading opportunities post CPI. All right, yeah. So don't really be in a rush to trade the news. Wait for the news to do whatever you want to do. Then you come into the market after the news. That is where trading opportunities will start paying out. All right, yeah. So that is just that for Wednesday. On Thursday, we have an employment change for the month of August for Australia. We have an employment rate for the month of August for Australia. Then we have the deposit facility rate for the Eurozone. Then you have the interest rate decision for Eurozone. Currently, it sits at interest rate for the Eurozone sits at 4.25%. So they are looking at maintaining the interest rate at where it currently is. All right, yeah. So we'll see what will happen. Then you have the producer price index for USD month over month for the month of August. We have retail sales year over year for the month of August. We have retail sales month over month for the month of August for USD. Then we have retail sales ex gas autos month over month for the month of August for USD. We have initial jobless claims for September for USD. We have jobless claims 4-week average for September for USD. Then we have continuing jobless claims for USD. Then we have the ECB press conference for the Eurozone. That is just that for Thursday. On Friday, we have Independence Day for El Salvador. I mean, this is not going to really have any impact in the market, so you just ignore it. We have CPI for Italy for the month of August. Then we have the manufacturing index for USD. Then we have the Michigan consumer sentiment for USD. So next week is really packed with red news, really packed with high impact news, and it's going to come with a lot of trading opportunities. All right, it is only those who will be patient in the market that will benefit of these high impact news. So be very, very patient going into next week. Don't rush the market. Don't rush taking trades on the market. All right, wait for the news to drop. Then right after the news, there are going to be opportunities for you to hop into. All right, yeah. So that is just that for the economic news calendar. Let's delve into the chart and see what is happening. We start with the dollar index. Yeah, so for the dollar index, we are still seeing a push to the upside. All right, if you should look at the yield market, the yield market is still bullish. The bond market is still giving us bearish movement. So as it stands now, my stance on the dollar index still remains the same, still bullish. All right, but if you should look at something, we have a volume imbalance here that price had what tapped into. So going into next week, if we should see price, so that is definitely going to be the Monday or Tuesday. But I'm very sure that because of the CPI that is coming up on Wednesday, we might not really have a good price action for Monday and Tuesday. All right, yes, we are really going to see the real movement happening on Wednesday. And so bear in mind, I'll be bringing you the daily update, daily Forex update. All right, I know last week I wasn't consistent because I had issues with my internet back home. All right, yes, so I couldn't really do that much. That is why I didn't bring you the daily Forex update. Yeah, I really had issues with my internet, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it getting fixed. All right, so definitely next week we're hopping back and I'll bring you the daily Forex update as I normally do. All right, yeah. So I hope by Wednesday we'll have a clearer direction on a long-term basis so far as the dollar index is concerned. Because as it stands now, price is what is within or is around the volume imbalance zone. In that, if we should see price close above this imbalance, then definitely you see price pushing to the upside. But in situation where we will see price close below the volume imbalance, all right, you might see price weak through and then close below the volume imbalance, then you should see price would continue to push to the downside. As it stands now, I mean, no one knows how the CPI will pan out. All right, it's all going to be very dependent on Wednesday's high impact news. That is what will really tell us what is yet to happen on a long term basis so far as the dollar index is concerned. So let's stay glued and see what happens on Wednesday. All right, so for now on the dollar index, I'm not really sure as to where the movement is going to happen. All right, I'm not really sure as to where the movement is going to happen on the dollar index. So that is just that for the dollar index. Let's look at what is happening on EURJPY. Yeah, so for EURJPY, I mean, we are still not seeing a clear direction so far as EURJPY is concerned. All right, yes, price is still in the consolidation or accumulation phase. All right, yes, remember on the high impact news calendar there is an euro decision rate announcement coming up, so definitely we might see a clearer move on EURJPY right after that movement. All right, that will tell us between euro and GBP which one is weak or which one is strong. But if we should solely based analysis on the chart only, what I'm seeing currently is price giving us a move to the zone. All right, back into the zone right here. Then we see what happened. All right, because as it stands now on a longer term basis, Wednesday, yes, it's a Wednesday. Let me check back and see. Sorry, Thursday. All right, Thursday is going to be a decider for EURJPY. All right, yes, that is the euro high impact news. So let's stay glued and see what will happen. All right, yeah. So that is just that for EURJPY. Let's look at what is happening on card CHF. Yeah, so for card CHF2, we haven't really seen a clear direction on the market back from July till now. All right, but as it stands now, we've taken out what this outside liquidity. So I'm expecting to see price push up. All right, to take out this buy side liquidity. So see what will happen going into next week. And so by my expectation of seeing price pushing to the upside, that means a stronger CAD against a weaker CHF. So you take note of that when it comes to your pair selection. Just as I told you, CAD, CHF, Euro, GBP are part of my index pairs with the dollar index. All right, I just look at them for me to be able to tell which pairs are best to trade. All right, yeah, so that is just that for CAD, CHF. Let's look at what is happening on GBP USD. Yeah, so for GBP USD, you've seen price pushing to the downside. All right, price has taken out the 20-day low, it has taken out the 60-day low. So as it stands now, price is currently below this bearish order block here. All right, price closed below this bearish order block on Friday, and so my next draw in liquidity will be this low. All right, that is if next week we'll maintain this closure. All right, if next week price won't even attack this high right here, all right, then you see price pushing to the downside to take out this very low right here. All right, definitely I'll bring you the daily Forex update. I will bring you the daily Forex update, so we see what happens. This is my general overview I'm giving you so far as going into next week is concerned. All right, so when we enter Monday, Tuesday, we might really see a very clear direction as to where the market wants to move to. But as it stands now, looking at how things are going on GBP USD, I'm bearish. All right, I'm bearish. I'll look at price pushing to the downside, taking out this liquidity and taking out this liquidity too as well. All right, yeah, so that is my expectation so far as GBP USD is concerned. Let's look at what is happening on AUD USD. Yeah, so for AUD USD, we are kind of seeing price pushing to the downside. All right, yeah, kind of, and bear in mind, price is below September's opening price, and this time I'm looking at the way things are going. I wouldn't be surprised if price action deviates from this concept. All right, I wouldn't be surprised at all if price action deviates from this concept too, because looking at how things are going, it will take much effort to see price push to the upside. All right, because we've had an impulse move to the downside. This impulse move you are seeing here, and right after that impulse move, there was a creation of a fair value gap. This candle here just came and tapped into the fair value gap. So by that, we should see price pushing to the downside. All right, but let's switch. I want us to switch to the 1 hour and see what has been happening on the 1 hour time frame for some time now. All right, so for some time now, the 1 hour time frame has given us a consolidation. All right, so right from the start of September, we are seeing AUD USD actually in accumulation phase. AUD USD as it stands now is really in accumulation phase. All right, and so I would wait to see a manipulation phase, then I get involved in a distribution phase. All right, so as it stands now, I'm still quiet on this pair. All right, I want to see clear direction, and definitely next week is going to give us that. Next week is going to give us that with some high impact news on AUD and then high impact news on USD. We are likely to see that. All right, yes, so that is just that for AUD USD. Let's go what is happening on USD CAD. Yeah, I've taken out USDCHF because looking at USDCHF on a general level, it has really given us a choppy price action till now, and so USDCHF for now is not even worth my time. It's not really worth it to look at it, because looking at the general market overview for USD is strong. The general market overview for CHF is strong, and so looking at such market is not really worth my time. So USDCHF has been sidelined. All right, yes, I've sidelined USDCHF for some time, and so if I'm really seeing a weaker one against a stronger one, that is what I'm going for. But as it stands now, I wouldn't worry myself being in a market of strong or both strong currencies. All right, yes, such market I won't waste my time to be inside. So that's why you've seen me taking off USDCHF, focusing on USD CAD for now, right? Yeah. For USDCAD, you've seen price taking out the 60-day high just as I was expecting. And so as it stands now, price, looking at where price is, let's switch to the 1 hour time frame and see what is happening on 1 hour time frame. Yeah, so for the 1 hour, we've seen price push to the downside. All right, this is an impulse. I think this move was engineered by last week's high impact news on CAD. That is the unemployment rate announcement. All right, yeah, I think so. So right after this impulse move, a creation of a fair value gap right here, some kind of a lower swing high formation here. All right, yeah. So as it stands now, I'm really seeing USDCHF giving us a move to the downside. All right, but going into next week, I want to see if price will really push the downside. Then I want to see Friday's low taken out. All right, I want to see something like this happening. Then we see a move to the downside, because once we've tapped into this fair value gap we are seeing here, I don't want to see price revisit that zone again if you are to price is to continue to push to the downside. All right, I want to see price revisit this zone again. I just want to see price continue to push to the downside. And so by price pushing to the downside, taking out Friday's low will be my confirmation. Then I'll wait for price to return back into that area. Then I'll look for a sell entry targeting these lows as well as these lows. All right, yeah, so that is going to be my expectation so far as USD CAD is concerned. Yeah, so let's look at what is happening so far as the yen family is concerned. We start with EURJPY. Yeah, so for EURJPY, just as I made you aware of last week, price is still price is bullish. All right, I gave you reasons on a fundamental level. All right, when it comes to the interest rate differentials between euro and JPY as well as GBP and JPY. All right, yeah, so you can just go back to my last week's weekly forex outlook or analysis to listen and watch whatever I showed you. All right, yeah, so as it stands now, EURJPY is looking bullish. Going to next week, I will expect to see price continue to push to the upside. Right, yeah, so that is just that for EURJPY. I'll bring you more details on these on EURJPY and GBPJPY in my daily forex update, so make sure you don't miss it. All right, this is just a general overview so far as next week is concerned. Yeah, so that is just that for EURJPY. Let's switch to GBPJPY. So for GBPJPY, to same plan. All right, I'll expect to see price push to the upside to take out these buy side liquidity we are seeing here. All right, apparently price moved below September's opening price, which is a discount. So I'm expecting to see price pushing to the upside. So that is my expectation so far as GBPJPY is concerned. Let's look at what is happening on gold. Yeah, so for gold is giving us some form of a bearish movement. All right, so on a higher time frame level, I'm expecting to see gold push to the downside. Let's switch to the 4 hour. All right, yeah, so that is just that. So on the 4 hour, I'm gonna mark this zone right here. All right, so if I'm bearish on gold, that means I will expect to see this low taken out with speed. Right, I'll expect to see this low taken out with speed, then a creation of a fair value gap or something like that on a lower time frame. Then we see a push to the upside a little bit, then a continuation to the downside to take out these lows right here. Right, yeah, so for gold, patience is what I'll need. All right, I need to be very patient to see whatever I'm expecting to pan out. If not, or if price should close or refuse to take out this low, or if you take out this low as a fake out, then you see a move to the upside closing at this very zone, then we see a push to the upside. All right, yes, but if price will really push to the downside, then I want to see this low violated, then price should close below it before we see a push to the downside. Yeah, so that is just that for gold. That is my expectation so far as next week's market is concerned. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do also click on the subscribe button and smash the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. Don't forget, I'll be bringing you the daily Forex update. All right, I'll be bringing you the daily Forex update. So make sure you subscribe, that whenever I post, you get notified and then have a feel of whatever I'm expecting so far as the next day is concerned. Yeah, so that is just that. Going into next week is CPI. All right, be very careful on the market. I wish you all good luck and good trade. Peace.